Hi, today I'll be talking to you about postmodernism. The word postmodernism is not easily defined. The word itself is confusing and paradoxical, as the word modern is defined as what is current or in present time. Postmodernism can, in one instance, be defined as the time period after modernism, the 20th and the 21st century. Postmodernism developed after society entered a new phase in time with distinguishing features that set it apart from any other time in history. The modern age, or modernism, came before postmodernism in the 19th and the 20th century. It is associated with progress, optimism, and the search for the absolute truth. The era rationalized with the idea that gaining knowledge of the true self was the only other foundation for all other knowledge. There was a belief in a scientific or technological solution for the future. Postmodernism, however, mostly opposes these ideals. As Simon Blackburn describes, postmodernism is usually seen as a reaction against a naive and earnest confidence in progress and against confidence in objective or scientific truth. Postmodernism implies the skepticism and mistrust of absolute knowledge. It is also important to remember that the word postmodernism is not just a term used to describe a time in history. Postmodernism, in the words of Glenn Ward, can be defined as an elastic critical category with a range of applications and potential understandings. It is a flexible term that allows us to develop ideas and notions regarding specific characteristics of the world around us. Postmodernism is tied strongly to cultural theory. It explores how our society has viewed stereotypes throughout history and how cultures of our world are slowly integrating to become hybrids of each other. This said, ideas of postmodernism in popular culture can reflect ideas about postmodernism in society, but are not always directly parallel. Despite this, the distinction between what is social and what is cultural can sometimes become blurred, as the two can inform each other. Postmodernism forms the basic foundation of our textual understanding of popular culture. Within popular culture, there are 4 postmodern styles or pillars of postmodernism. These are parody, pastiche, self-reflexivity, and intertextuality. Touching on these briefly, pastiche is when a text deliberately pays homage to a style or text within popular culture. It is an imitation of a unique style. Parody, similar to pastiche, uses familiar features of a style or text to mock or portray satirically. Self-reflexivity refers to texts that are aware of their nature. This can include elements such as a fourth wall break or a reference to their own medium or narrative. Intertextuality allows us to understand texts through components referenced from other texts. The 2011 film The Cabin in the Woods is a perfect example of postmodernism in popular culture. Cabin in the Woods is a horror comedy film that puts a twist on the typical 5 friends go to a remote cabin archetype. The Cabin in the Woods subverts an entire genre of horror in an inventive way, using all of the postmodern pillars: parody, pastiche, self-reflexivity, and most importantly, intertextuality. Graves outlines this by saying, "The Cabin in the Woods not only exhibits a sense of historical authenticity through its thick intertextuality, but also by its appropriation and subversion of genre conventions and horror tropes." The film uses parody and pastiche to portray horror cliches, such as the final girl, the stoner, the creepy basement, and the isolated cabin in the woods, of course, to appeal to the audience's cultural memory. They are immediately recognizable, yet are used in a way that completely subverts the tropes themselves. The film uses numerous horror movie references to appeal to the audience's knowledge of the genre. We even see most of them written on a whiteboard. Films such as The Evil Dead, Hellraiser, The Shining, The Strangers, Pumpkinhead, and Nosferatu are just a few of those included, making Cabin in the Woods stand out when it comes to intertextuality. The film is a prime example of postmodern popular culture, and by recognizing the features themselves in this example, we can grasp the concept of postmodernism and postmodern popular culture with ease. Thank you for watching, and I hope you were able to grasp the concept of postmodernism by watching this video.